Alright guys, today I'm going to be talking about a question that I get asked a lot, and that's about pricing on your website. So really there's, two schools of thought on this. One is put your pricing on your website, and the other is not to put your pricing on your website. And really there's pros and cons for each method. So what I'm going to do in this video is talk about the pros and cons of each, and then talk to you guys about what we personally do and why we do it. So let's talk about putting pricing on your website. What are the pros of doing that? So one is you save a lot of time because you're not having to answer to tons and tons of inquiries. The other pro is that it allows you to get really, really qualified leads because the bride that contacts you after seeing your pricing on your website is very, very interested. They see the price and they're like, yes, that is something I'm willing to invest in. They fill out a whole contact form. Then you're kind of in that relationship building mode. And you know that if you schedule a phone call with them after the fact, they're going to be very, very likely to book because they're already in the general ballpark of what your total investment is. So those are two of the biggest pros for doing pricing on the website. So let's go over some cons of this method. So one of the big ones is you turn away a lot of potential brides, brides that would have booked, but because they saw the price, it kind of scared them and they ran off. So that's a huge bummer, just knowing, oh man, if my pricing wasn't on my website, maybe I could really, form a relationship with these brides and actually get them to see the value that I offer and how I can serve them, and then they would book. But by having the pricing there, you don't get that opportunity. And that kind of brings me to the second big con of putting the pricing on the website is you're not able to form a relationship with that bride. Because if you think about it, big sales, when you actually make a big purchase of something, you want to know more than just what the product is. You want to actually have a relationship with that brand because it's a big investment. So by having the pricing on your website, you're not able to form a relationship with that bride. You're not able to get them on the phone and ask, what are your pain points and how can I really solve those for you? And they're not able to see your true heart behind how you serve them because they just see the price and they're like, not for me. And they just close the door to the relationship. And really, true service and big high quality investments happen when the person not only trusts your product but also trusts the brand behind the product and the people behind it, and then they're willing to spend more because they really trust you. So by having the pricing on your website, you're not really able to open up that door for more trust to be formed. So let's go over the second school of thought, and that's not putting your pricing on your website. So what are the pros of that? Well, one of the big ones is getting way more inquiries. And when you're first starting out, this is huge because it makes you feel like, oh man, I'm successful. You're able to actually exercise and practice your selling skills. You're able to get more of these potential brides on the phone and really figure out what's working and what's not working in your business. And that kind of brings me to the second big pro of this method is you're really able to analyze why are brides contacting you in the first place? When a bride inquires, most of the time they tell you what they love about your films, they tell you what they're looking for in a wedding film, and that really helps you as a business owner see, oh man, okay, so this is actually what brides love about my work, and I didn't even think that was important to people. And then you can customize the things that are on your website, you can customize the things you say on the phone call with these brides to really talk to them on their biggest pain points. So that's another big thing is you can analyze your market and see what they really want. And then the third big thing in terms of pros for not putting your pricing on your website is you're able to form a relationship with these couples and you're able to really sell them on the value behind what you do and how you do it and the passion. And really big sales, like I mentioned before, happen when they see your excitement, they see the passion behind what you do, and you're able to really serve them on a heart-to-heart level. Like think about it this way. If you just went in to a car dealership, that's a pretty big purchase, and you just walked in and the dealer walked up to you and was just, okay, here's the price of the car, here's a fact sheet, and kind of just sit on his desk and didn't really care about you and just said, hey, here's the price, and that's it, you might be like, I can't really afford it, and you just walk out, and they potentially lost a big sale. But think about it another way. If you walked in, and in a very non-salesy way, the dealer walked up to you, or the salesman, and instead of saying, hey, here's the price, but instead just asked you questions. What are you looking for? Like, what are the big pain points of buying a car? What other cars are you considering? And so, what's your budget? And then actually helped you choose a car based on actually what you needed. That's going to mean so much more to you. And you're actually going to probably want to invest in a car there because they truly helped you. And so by not having your pricing on your website, you open up the door to form a relationship with a potential bride, get them on the phone, talk with them, and really serve them. And when you really serve people, they're 10 times more likely to invest more in you because they trust you. All right, so what are the cons of not putting your pricing on the website? Because the pros sound pretty good, but there are some cons. So one is it takes a ton more time. So you go from, if you had your pricing on your website, you're not dealing with that many inquiries. But if you don't have it there, you could be getting a ton of inquiries, and then you got to spend time responding to each and every one. Do you set up phone calls with every single one of these inquiries? That's something to really think about, because if you're a one-man team, that could be really taxing, especially when you have wedding films to edit and just other business responsibilities, or if you have a full-time job and you're kind of, transitioning to full-time weddings, it can take a little bit of time that you may not have the time to spend. So that's one of the big cons. So another con is the possibility of discouragement. Because you're getting so many leads and these leads aren't qualified, a good majority of these leads aren't going to be able to afford you. So you're going to run into a lot of those emails where you finally get around to talking a price and they're like, no, that's too expensive, and they go with someone else. And that could be really discouraging. So that is a con. But, you get to talk to more people and eventually you will get that yes. So another con is actually burnout. Because you're answering so many inquiries and talking on the phone with so many people, you just get tired and burnt out. And then also you're kind of neglecting other areas of your business that are important, like because you're on the phone with so many people, are films getting edited? Are you building your brand? Are you posting on social media? All these things. So that is another big con. So now I've really gone over the pros and cons of each one, and now I'm going to talk to you about what we do, because I really think that there are some huge cons for putting your pricing on your website and also big cons for not putting it on your website. So personally, we've kind of done something in the middle. So what we do is, on our initial website, anywhere on our website, we don't have the pricing. But we actually give people the pricing pretty shortly after we inquire, and this is how it works. So I really love the pros of not putting your pricing on your website because it allows you to form that relationship, and it gets someone to fill out a contact form and be really, really invested in what you're doing. They take that first step, which gets them excited about working with you. They fill out the whole contact form, they tell you their story, and they get excited. And that is key to sales, is getting someone excited. But then we get so many inquiries, and I don't have necessarily the time to talk to every single person if they're not a good fit for our story and our brand and what we do. So as soon as someone inquires, we send an email to them saying, thank you so much for submitting an application. This is generally what couples invest when they go through Forestry Films and become part of the Forestry Films family. And by doing that, it's kind of a hybrid, because they get our pricing right away and then they can decide, okay, do I really want to move forward, or is that just completely beyond my budget? But they're able to make that choice, and if they say, yeah, cool, I'm willing to move forward, then we can, spend the time and schedule a phone call with them. We can kind of do emails back and forth, and that allows us to form the relationship. But if they're like, no, that's too much, then we can send them off and they can find a better fit. So it's kind of a hybrid. It's like we put the price, but it's not on our website, but we make sure we have qualified leads at all times. So that way I'm not doing phone calls Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. because I just, our business can't thrive doing that. So that's kind of what I would recommend if you're in kind of the high-end market and you're already getting a lot of inquiries. Kind of do that hybrid method. But what I always tell people just starting out is never just completely don't put your pricing on your website, and actually do phone calls with every lead you get, because when you're first starting out, you're not getting a ton of leads, and what is the word I'm looking for? And the experience that you're going to gain by talking to tons and tons of people on the phone about your work, about what they like about your work, about what they don't like, is going to be monumental and allow you to actually craft better wording on your website, make better films, and get experience actually selling to people. And becoming a good salesman and an authentic salesman is one of the best things you can do for your company. So if you're just starting out, my recommendation is don't put your pricing on your website. Really invest in getting to know people's pain points and selling to them and becoming a very, very good salesman. And then as you get more and more, or saleswoman, and as you get more and more leads, and as you get more and more bookings, then you can slowly transition to that hybrid model where you filter people right after they inquire and you give a starting price. But that's the general flow and action steps I would follow. So that's everything about putting pricing on your website or not putting pricing on your website. I hope that was really, really helpful for you guys. And then also I just put together an awesome ebook on 9 proven steps on shooting stress-free, cinematic, and story-driven wedding films. And you can download that ebook on the link below, or click the little card that appears right here, and it's totally free, and it's a step-by-step guide. And even if you're doing a wedding this weekend, it'll be massively helpful for you. So please download that ebook. And also subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to be really cranking out more of these educational videos, and you don't want to miss them. And if you want to see a certain topic covered, please leave a comment below, because I'm looking for more video ideas and ways to help you guys. All right, well, you guys have a great rest of the day.